What's up? And how's it going? What's up, Steven? And what's up, Rez? Hopefully, you've both had a good weekend. So, Hatching Todd Part 2 is out. That's, probably gonna be what I work on for the most part tonight. And hopefully, things do go well. Give me one quick second. Okay, I didn't go anywhere. I didn't have anything to do, per se. I've got like this horrible like phlegm. Okay, so again, gonna be hitting up the Hatching Todd Part 2, but hopefully everybody's had a good weekend. Hello, zombie. But yeah, Rez, Steven, Zombie, so glad that you could all make it. Also gonna be doing some roulette and some beast tribe quests tonight. Not gonna be doing a whole lot, honestly. But after, after tonight, tomorrow night, kind of, we're gonna get that next little relic patch, which I'm gonna be having a very busy week, tossing in, Fallout 76 with Final Fantasy 14, and this upcoming weekend will be some Final Fantasy 7 Remake, which I'm very stoked about, super happy, really excited for that. As much as, hey, Creeper Plays, thank you so much. I didn't see the notification go off. But hey, thank you so much. Did it go off? Did I miss it? But hey, thank you so much for the bits. Again, maybe I missed it. It went off in the corner top left with no sound. Well, I'm glad it went off. I don't know what happened with the sound there, but at least it went off. I'm glad, at least. And again, thank you so much for the bits. I definitely appreciate that. Hopefully you've also had a good weekend. Glad that you could make it over on Twitch. It's a Choco. See the yard. Barely. Honestly, I was trying to get into the game, Zombie, and just missed it a little bit trying to come in here. I can go back outside and check it out. I do have a lot to do. I'm not gonna try to, like, I'm gonna be on here for a little while, but I'm not gonna push it too far tonight. I wanted to get on here a little bit earlier, but it wasn't in the cards tonight. It's gonna be such a week. I'm so excited for Final Fantasy 7 Remake, though. I'm really excited for next weekend. And I'll actually look at this in just a second. Like, I've got to go blow my nose. Sorry. I know. But, yeah, give me just a second. I'm actually gonna mute this. You don't want to hear this. Sorry. Okay, sorry about that. Whew, I'm just, allergies. Let me tell you, this year has been rough. I hate it, too, because of all this stuff that's going around. It's like the worst year to have allergies ever. So, has anybody actually done the part 2 of the Hatching Tide event yet? I have not, unfortunately. Okay, let's hope all this goes really well. No? I haven't either. Not yet, anyway. Beforehand, though, I'm gonna take this quick glance. Oh, what happened to the thingy? It does look nice already, though. I really like it. Really open. The chair looks nice. It actually looks really nice. Really good job. I like the otter over here as well. I'm glad you didn't get rid of the Namazu thing as well. That thing took a lot of work. Looks really nice. Kind of makes a lot more sense this way as well. I'll even admit it got pretty cluttered. Okay, and again, I think this looks really good. I'm guessing you were the one that fixed it up, Zombie. I don't really know. Maybe you had help. If so, to everybody that helped you out, it does look really, really good. The placement's nice. It looks a lot less cluttered. And I mean, yeah, like I said, it looks very good. But before it's too late, I actually want to run to the gold saucer really quick. It's 2:42. So hopefully I can get over there in just enough time to be able to do the gate. If it's Leap of Faith or, you know, whatever else, probably just Leap of Faith is all I'm really interested in right now. Do my scratch-offs, move over to the Beast Trap quest, and go from there. Was all zombie? Like 2 objects down? You can get to the top of everything too? That's always a plus. Like, I've always liked how, like, no matter what, the design has always been, it's pretty much always been a giant jump puzzle at the Free Company house. And again, good job. It looks really, really nice. And again, you know, it also, it looked really cluttered. Even I'll admit, I did not read what this was. I'll find out when I get here, I suppose. Is it the slices rot? It is, and I'm way too late, so... Okay, I can't do that, so we'll just move on to the scratch-offs. Maybe get some repairs and go from there. So is anybody excited about the, patch coming out? I'm actually pretty sure that I got the Gunbreaker to level 70 last time, so I can actually... I did, sweet. I can actually do these the Roulette and the Beast Trap quest with the Gunbreaker. I actually need to pick back up on the Gunbreaker quest. I don't even remember the last one that I did, or where I left off at with them. That's the sad part. I might jump back into those tomorrow, though. $180? Not too bad. Excited to have new stuff, yeah. I'm hoping that this whole relic weapon, 10,000, nice. I'm hoping that this whole tier thing is going to be a lot better this time around. Just more fun, you know? And another 10,000, wow. 20,000 in one knot, very nice. All is repaired. I don't think I've got any cards. I do not. Sweet. So, Zombie and Rez, do either of you actually want to do any roulette tonight? If not, it's cool. If so, it's also cool. Nice, okay. Rez, do you want to go? As well? What roulette? You ready? You can do any raid once. I'm not gonna actually do any raiding tonight. Like I would, but it's just I don't know. It's just so late already. By the time I actually get off here, it's gonna be even further late. I just want to actually get a little bit of roulette finished and then do the hatching Todd part 2. I'm thinking just like the 50, 60, 70, the leveling and the trials. And I might do the Alliance or normal raid, but I'll do that as the summoner. Mainly just for the potential stuff, maybe. I don't know. I might even just do the expert or the level 80 as the summoner. Mainly just because I'm just mainly doing this for tombstones and stuff like that. And then maybe other things. So right now it's just to get a little experience with the tank and also get maybe some clusters. Some Stella clusters and whatever the heck these are. Go ahead and get the rinse and repeat out of the way. Oh, I've actually got to write the porksy for this one, okay. I'm glad I could actually do these as the Gunbreaker now as well. And to, well, I don't know. We'll have to see how tomorrow night goes. I don't know if I'll be on before maintenance actually hits. I'm gonna try to, but I don't really know if I'll be able to. Does anybody know when maintenance actually hits tomorrow? I read it right before I actually started streaming, but I kind of already forgot, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm gonna go Gunbreaker. And then, like I said, I'll probably do the Expert and the level 80 as the Summoner, but for now I'm just going Gunbreaker. Let's go leveling first. I'll actually invite you, just because I can get those Stella Clusters, and it's always really nice. And hopefully we don't get dragged into anywhere we don't want to be. It's always the worst part about doing some of this stuff, is like when you end up getting stuck in a place that you don't even really want to go. Gosh, I feel like I'm such a guilty culprit for that. I feel like I've missed out on a really good conversation back here. Hey, Creeper. I thought you already were following, but thank you for following. I just now got the alert. Sorry about that. I forgot that this is one of those places that it makes you do so many of these at once. You can't just like keep skipping through them. It's actually been quite a while since I've been in this version of the Great GBR Library. It's going pretty decent so far, though. feel like this is one of those places, like, it's fun to run through, but no matter what, you kind of unconditionally have to go kind of slow. Like, I keep wanting to speed it up a little bit, but you can only go so fast in here. Good deal. deal. That was interesting. I was kind of caught in there, and sorry about that. I was just so focused. It's been so long since I've been in there and done that, and not to mention it had to go slow. But yeah, I'm just in the same boat as you both. I haven't done that in so long either. Also, a downside is I'm gonna have to go back up here and get a Porksy again. It's okay. I wish you could just use the one for, like that you've already obtained instead of having to use their Porksy. So, any objections to, like, the 50, 60, or the trials? Between, the two of you? I mean, it's if you want to. If not, it's totally cool. After I do these, next two trials in the Beast Tribe quest, I'm gonna go ahead and get the part 2 of the Hatching Tide event out of the way, and then we'll see how I feel after that, as far as, like, what else I do for the knot. Because after that, it's going to be kind of late. Again, I started streaming way later than I actually wanted to tonight. That's why you like doing these, Roulette. Yeah, honestly, I can relate. Like, it's the only way I stay up to date on the older content. Like, sometimes it'll be so long since I've done any of these that, like, just now when we get in there, I'm just, like, kind of baffled. Like, at first I was just trying to speed things along, but it became kind of difficult because, honestly, I forgot that you had to take things so slow. Maybe I can make it all the way over there this time. Hopefully it'll send us somewhere good this time. We'll see, but hopefully. One more. Good deal. You like doing the Heavensward dungeons? Donnie Darko is on YouTube for free. Really? That is awesome. Is it like one of the free YouTube films with like ads? I might actually watch that tonight or maybe tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. I'll be super tired after the stream tonight. I'll probably just like watch something simple and try to catch some sleep, because I really don't know if I actually am going to be working tomorrow or not. So like I've actually got to wake up at a reasonable time to be able to call into work and see if they actually have a schedule to work. If not, I've got a lot of plans this week that I'm going to be trying to do, being out of work and everything. I had a lot of fun this week doing the vlog for the full week, and also managed to actually get a tasting of tumbles in as well, which is really fun. Scala! Well, not only will it be the first time I've ever, like, tanked this, it'll be the first time I've ran this in a very long time. You hate this one? I actually like Scala a lot. It's just been so long since I've been in here. It's gonna be a little iffy. Let's try to get some good pulls. I always like Kelpie here as well. Reminds me of the Pokemon, Kelpie. So far, so good. At least it's one that I can actually, like, I may not have ever tanked this before, but it's one I actually remember pretty well. Going pretty quick. The dude that always reminded me of a Digimon. Doing pretty good, doing pretty good. last little stretch, then the last boss, and we're out of here. It does make me already wonder where it's going to send us on the trials, though. It's kind of been all over the place tonight as far as where it's been sending us. Leads to me to really wonder, honestly, what'll be next. Last boss. Now this is the first time I've tanked this boss as well. It's the first time I've tanked this dungeon, so bear with me. Getting some really good experience out of this tonight, too. That one was my bad. Unconfusify! I forgot you have to watch out for his keep forgetting to watch out for that. We did it though, thankfully. Messed up right there twice at the end. With that little confusion thing, I just forgot all about that. But, you know, not too bad though. We were pretty quick. I'm happy with it. Could have went a lot worse for sure. Okay, there we go. Okay, what was I doing? Oh yeah, one more. The old trials. And sorry that was a little slow again. There's a lot of starting to rerun these days, but as tank instead, and I'm still not used to a lot of it. I actually need to, okay, yeah, I did that last time, I thought so. I was just making sure. So is there like any new rewards for the part 2 of the Hatching Tot event? I'm guessing there isn't. I was curious. Might actually hit level 71 tonight, which would be really nice. Just gonna quickly press X through all these. Almost, wow, yeah. Like, if you can see that, like, this trial has set me over the top to level 71, which is really nice. Super close. I've always really liked that mount beside me right there. The, what is it, like Scarlet something? I can't remember the name. But yeah. It used to be an exclusive, I think to China. I've always loved it. Has a lot of the features the Grand Eye has, which is really nice, but... Gonna go ahead and fly over to the area. Just to be ready after these, after the trial goes down, to go ahead and get this last Beast Tribe quest little montage of the knot out of the way. It's big? What's big? The horse, maybe? This will be interesting. Glad the other guy knows how to take this, because I do not. it? That did not take long at all. And I hit level 71, which I'm really happy about. It's been a long time since I've been in this one as well. A lot of, I want to say, unfamiliar places ran tonight, needless to say. Had a lot of fun though, for sure. Hey, thank you so much for the player accommodation. And give me just a moment. When I get back, I'm going to do these Beast Tribe quests, get a little chat on, pick up some more conversations, and also work on doing this next part of the Beast Tribe quest. In the second part of the Easter event as well. And if I have enough time after that, I may do a little bit of stuff with the Summoner. But give me just a moment, I'll be right back, and we'll see. So, Zombie Arrest, did either of you actually do anything exciting over the weekend, perhaps? I actually beat Mortal Kombat 11. I'm happy about it. It was a fun game. The story was excellent. I'm also a little unhappy about it because I missed the story already and I wish I could play more of it. It's something I've been doing like after the stream, when I'm not streaming, when I've had free time. And now all I can do is just like tower grind and search for items in the crypt. Also, but Star Wars, I've yet to watch it. I saw it in theaters, so I've seen The Rise of Skywalker, but I've just wanted to watch it again, and I haven't had the chance over the weekend. Also, I had a pretty decent day today. With all these restaurants actually being closed down, Stacy and I decided we would do something for the kids. We actually went and got like a bunch of seafood and a bunch of just like random items and made some like homemade lo mein, fried rice. We cooked some lobster, had some mussels, shrimp, egg rolls, some pot stickers, all kinds of things tonight. I've actually, it's possibly why I've somewhat seemed kind of like, ugh, because I feel like I have like these high sodium levels in me right now. It's just like making me feel so, man, I don't know how. Plus my allergies are still extremely messed up. This has been like the worst pollen year ever, especially here in Georgia. I'm assuming it is like all over the world right now, but here in Georgia especially, it has been affecting me horribly. I've like the last month almost, I've had like the worst sinus congestion. Been having to take all kinds of medicine and everything. Played Need for Speed Heat. That's cool. Studio Ghibli collection. Oh man, that's actually a good score. The Studio Ghibli collection. I'm a huge Studio Ghibli fan. I love Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, Howl's Moving Castle. Just so many good films. The Cat Returns. Oh man, I could just keep going. Nausicaa in the Valley of the Wind. Been really bored. I can understand that as well. It's the only thing about this whole time, like, I know it's easy to stay at home, especially when you enjoy staying at home, but also, you never really realize how much you enjoy getting out until you can't do it. This is on sale for $35. That is amazing. My Neighbor Totoro, that was one I didn't mention. That was another really good one. I feel like there's just so many that I could just like keep going. Was it like Castle in the Sky is another one? Gosh. You're making me really want to go on like just like a Studio Ghibli binge. It's one I tend to go down occasionally. Hands down, though, my favorite three are definitely Howl's Moving Castle, Princess Mononoke, and Spirited Away. Definitely my favorite three Studio Ghibli films. Going to watch Spirited Away tonight. Very nice, yeah. It's one of my favorites, honestly. Mostly because of all the nostalgia. It was actually my first actual Studio Ghibli film, believe it or not. My mother, when I was younger, she saw a trailer for it and she thought it looked really good because she knew me and my brother really liked anime. We were both like, at the time, Toonami was a thing, and then Saturday night anime was a thing as well, which it still is for a lot of, I guess, TV views. I don't actually have like cable TV anymore. I just like stream things off the internet. Like Hulu, Funimation, HBO, and so on. But back then, like, my mother actually had, like, a digital cable. And she had HBO on there. And, it actually wasn't... No, it wasn't HBO at the time. It was a pay-per-view film. I remember, though, my mother watching the film. Well, the trailer to the film. And she thought that me and my brother would like it because we were so into Dragon Ball Z, Gundam Wing, Ronin Warriors, or Samurai Troopers for a lot of people. I watched a lot of Sailor Moon, I'm not gonna lie, some Yu Yu Hakusho, Inuyasha, just a bunch of really classic, like we were both really into Cowboy Bebop as well. My mom, she'd always pay attention to the things that we watched like that, and we were both also really big into Digimon and Pokemon. And she saw the trailer for that, and she knew it was like a Disney film, and knew that we both really liked anime, and she thought the trailer looked just really good, and the animation looked really good, so she bought it on pay-per-view for us. And I think me and my brother literally watched it, like, probably 4 times, because, like, with the pay-per-view, you know, usually you get it for, like, 24 hours. We watched that movie, like, once, as soon as, like, it came on, watched it right after, and then, like, the next day after we woke up, we watched it again. And before it went off for the end of her 24-hour period, we watched it one more time. And I've always had this, like, nostalgic sense. And I ended up buying it, like, since I've been older. And, yeah, it's one of my favorite films. Just, like, one, it was my introduction into Studio Ghibli, but not only that, it was just, like, just so much nostalgia tied to that film. Went on an Inuyasha binge the other day, too. Nice. Watched Howl's Moving Castle last night and you loved it? Yeah, I love that film already. Well, I've loved it. I shouldn't say already. I've loved the film since I watched it. I can't even remember the first time I watched it. It was sometime after Spirited Away, though, I remember. I was just, like, so hooked to the Studio Ghibli thing. Every time I had the chance to watch another film, I'd just, like, watch it as soon as I could. And Inuyasha is definitely worth a good binge as well. I need to actually get back into that sometime. I haven't got on a good Inuyasha binge in quite a while. A few years ago, I actually restarted it, and I didn't actually finish watching. I need to just start over again. You want to watch Big O, but don't know where to find it. I actually watched Big O not that long ago. I'm not gonna lie, I was watching it on the internet, on a random internet, obviously internet, sorry. Again, I'm very tired and kind of delirious. But yeah, some random website, I can't remember what it was, but they had all the episodes of Big O. I watched like almost all of them. I kind of just quit at the end of it. To be honest, if you haven't watched Big O in a few years, like, that was my thing. I couldn't remember what the show was and finally got to watch it. And it's still a really good show, but they actually, it's kind of like a Monster of the Week kind of show. Not that that's a bad thing. It's just like there's a good story that's there, but the episodes get very repetitive. It's definitely a good show, though, and definitely worth rewatching again. I need to finish it as well. Unfortunately, like I said, I ended up not finishing it. I can't remember what exactly. It was either Black Clover or My Hero Academia that I ended up, like, starting, and then just continued to watch that, and haven't really picked up a lot of other ones. You watch it at least once a year? Big O? Really? Or do you mean like, oh, Inuyasha is probably what you mean. Inuyasha's great. It's worth it, for sure. That's exactly how I am with Cowboy Bebop. Literally once a year at least. Sometimes twice. I will watch all of Cowboy Bebop. I just love the story to Cowboy Bebop so much. There's very few anime out there that they just like did a full all-in-one complete story, and they did that one so well. I'm a little bummed out. I'm glad that they're taking precautions, but I've been a little bummed out that Funimation hasn't been doing a lot of their episodes as far as like Black Clover and stuff like that. Just due to the whole COVID-19 thing, I get it though. They're letting all the voice actors like take cover or shelter in place, so to speak, and stuff like that. A few of them get to work from home, but not everybody has all the equipment. So it's like slowed down like the production of a lot of the episodes of different shows that I like to watch. And, man, I respect it, but it's such a bummer at the same time. Inuyasha makes you sad with the nostalgic when you watch it? Had to race home every Saturday to watch it. Oh, man, I feel you there. I hope anything makes you feel things. I can relate in a lot of ways. Although, I didn't watch it in complete relevance, to be honest with you. I was already watching reruns by the time I actually started watching it. I still enjoy it though. When I actually started watching the show, I was actually fortunate enough to get like 2 episodes and not. Although I didn't actually get to watch them the first time I ever ran through the first season of the show. I was spending every weekend at my aunt's house when I was like 13. And I'd watched a little bit of it when I was younger, but not as much as I would have liked to. I didn't get to watch a new episode every single time they dropped one. So when I was 13, I got to go to my aunt's house, and they let me just stay up as late as I wanted to, and they had like cable TV. And my grandparents often, you know, a lot of you know that I grew up with my grandparents, and they often did not keep cable television. So it was like a hit and miss growing up for me. Sometimes I was able to watch some good anime, and just other times I wouldn't. I'd just have to like watch DVDs or something, or VHS, for anybody out there that remembers the good old VHS tapes. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't always the case. So like, I'd go to my aunt's every single weekend, and the weekends I didn't go there, I'd go over to my mom's, because, you know, a lot of you know I grew up with my grandparents. So, and my mom was kind of in the same boat. She didn't really have a bedtime for me. I'd just, like, get to go over there and stay up, watch TV until I passed out. And, again, you know, by the time I was, like, really, really into Inuyasha, I was fortunate enough to actually get, like, not only get the episodes on the weekends, but on those Saturdays, I got, like, 2 episodes a Saturday instead of just 1. It'd be, like, 2 episodes of Inuyasha, then 2 episodes of Dot Hack Legends, and then like 2 episodes of like Yu Yu Hakusho. And about that time I'd probably pass out because it'd be nearly 5 a.m. And but yeah, by the time I actually got to watch it, it wasn't so hard for me. But I know exactly how you feel about things though. When I was younger watching Dragon Ball Z, I was in that same boat with things, although it's so hard for me to watch Dragon Ball Z now. As much as I loved it and how nostalgic it is, I've seen every episode of the original Dragon Ball Z, from the Saiyan Saga to the end of the Cell Saga, all the way through the Majin Buu Saga. All of it. It's... To be honest with you, it's hard for me to stay awake. As sad as that sounds, make me sound old. But yeah, it's so hard for me to stay awake through Dragon Ball Z these days. It's the ending thing for you for the first season. Just want to be a kid again watching Inuyasha. I feel ya. I can say that with a lot of anime though. I still love a lot of anime. I still watch a lot of anime. But I definitely can feel you there. Some of it just, it hits you a little harder when you're younger than what it does as an adult. I mean, you still enjoy it as an adult. It's still very good. But when you were younger, like, sometimes the limitations to be able to watch things, and sometimes the extra length that you'd be able to go. Like now, in the era of streaming, like you can just stop whenever you want to, pick it up back whenever you want to, as long as, you know, it's within reason and it's easy to find. But yeah, I mean, the streaming life, none of the kids these days, for sure, and I hate to sound old saying it, but, like, none of the kids these days know what it was like to have to, like, push yourself to be, maybe stay awake at night, or maybe make it to a certain, like, airtime on TV just to be able to watch certain shows. I mean, not just anime, but just, like, so many different other shows out there as well. Watch Team 4-Star? Want people to look at Dragon Ball Z the same? What is Team 4-Star? Had no idea what you was gonna do with your life after the Cell Saga ended? Felt like it was the biggest thing ever. I know exactly how you feel. Or in High School Host Club. I don't think I've ever actually seen that one, Zombie. Is Team 4-Star, is that the actual, was that the people that did the abridged Dragon Ball Z? It sounds familiar now that you say it. Although, to be honest with you, I've never watched much of it. I had a few friends that watched the abridged stuff back in the day, but I've never actually went through and watched any of it. Had someone look at you like you was crazy when you told them you watched that? I've never actually heard of it. Sounds interesting, though. Anybody here ever watch Hamtaro? That was another one that I randomly watched back in the day. It's just an anime about a hamster. But it was actually good. Like, and it's hard to explain. Some people hated it. Some people couldn't ever actually sit through it. Some people thought it was silly. I watched the shit out of Hamtaro, though. I loved that show. It is the abridged stuff? Okay. Yeah, I actually haven't watched much of the abridged stuff. I've actually had a lot of friends recommend it, though, but... yeah, I've never actually watched much of it, though. A little bit here and there, but never actually got on a full binge with it. It's so funny. I actually saw a thing the other day where, that Team 4-star, it was recommended to me on YouTube, now that I think about it. If it, like I said, when I said the abridged thing, that's, like, what clicked in my brain with it. But, they had, like, the full series of Dragon Ball Z. Like, it was, like, days, literally, of just, like, constant abridged Dragon Ball Z. They just, like, did huge streams of it. I don't know if it was the full series, actually. I do know that it was, like, days of content. I guess where they just possibly did, like, a constant live stream. And then eventually they ended up getting the YouTube cap and reposted onto it. You only watched Hamtaro when he was at home sick from school? Fruits Basket? I've never even heard of that either. Best way to describe it is... never said it? Sounds interesting. I'm actually gonna switch back to the Gunbreaker for this, just for the sake of getting a little bit of experience for it. Get on the good old reading voice. Jihili Aleppo would see the Hatching Tide festivities begin in a grand fashion. A happy Hatching Tide to you, my friend. Thanks in no small part to your efforts, every last one of our egg-laying assets has been returned to us, and the festivities are in full swing. As we speak, Nonata is preparing for the highlight of this year's event, a grand procession, in which a host of individuals dressed as rabbits will parade through the streets, handing out exquisitely decorated eggs to the children of the city. Doesn't that sound like fun? If you'd care to join us, we'd be most appreciative if you did. Pray seek out Nonata. My colleague would be more than happy to fill you in on the details. Give me them deets! Where you at? A happy hatching tide to you, friend. How do you fare on this most extravagantly exciting of days? Simply exceptional. Enough already. Indeed, and why wouldn't you be? As you can see, the Hatching Tide festivities have gotten off to a rousing start. Anyhow, might I be correct in assuming that you're looking to take part in the grand procession. If so, then you've come to the right place. As G. Healy no doubt explained to you, we have planned for a great parade of celebrants to walk the streets of the town, handing out eggs to every child in sight. These aren't eggs for eating, of course, but exquisitely decorated ones, hollowed out and housing a host of lovely gifts inside. These remarkable specimens have been prepared especially for the occasion by an impressive lineup of some of the realm's greatest luminaries. No doubt they're putting the finishing touches on the masterworks even as we speak. I was just about to go out of our designated meeting point to receive them myself, but I fear that there are last-minute parade preparations that I must attend to here. Might you be so kind as to go in my stead? Alright. So much fan service. Tamaki was your first love. Need a new show to watch. Gosh, Rez. Well, Rez, you too, but Steven, do you actually have an HBO Now subscription or know anybody that does? I feel like so many people need to watch Westworld. Like, it is like so... Like, I need to watch, like, tonight's episode I didn't get to. I'll watch it tomorrow more than likely. But, oh my god, Westworld is so good. And this season has just been phenomenally, like, just legitimately the best season so far. And that says a lot. The first season was great. The last season was mind-blowing. So many curves. And this season, oh wow. It's not an anime though, we'll say that. As far as anime goes, have you seen Radiant, Steven? Radiant has been a show that has been surprising me a lot here lately. I've watched season 1, and I'm getting close to being completely caught up on season 2. But Radiant, oh my goodness, I can't recommend that show much more. Like, Radiant is so good of an anime. Yeah, it's shonen. But nonetheless, the story is good, the characters are great. Radiant is amazing. It's an anime that I didn't think that I would love as much as I have, for sure. Like, I went into it with, like, really light touches in my brain thinking, it'll be okay. But the more and more I watch of it, I've just been, like, so glued to the story. The characters are great. It's so amazing. Not to mention they have so many famous voice actors. Yeah, I shouldn't say so many. They've got a few famous voice actors in it. It's definitely great. Some of the best anime you've seen are short. Yeah, I know how you feel. That's sadly like how things go with like Cowboy Bebop's the perfect example of that. One of the it's definitely my top 5 favorite anime of all time. But there's only one season, and it has a complete story. But I mean, I totally agree. Some of the best anime out there, sometimes they're films, and sometimes they're just one season of a really great show. Beyond the Boundary. I've not actually seen that one either. Sounds interesting, though. The action's great. Sounds interesting. Is it on Funimation? Forgive me. I mean to say, you're the one come for the hatching hot-tied eggs, are you not? Yep. I am happy to inform you that they have been crafted precisely according to G. Healy and her dreamer's request, every last one housing a delightful treat that is sure to please a lucky child. What manner of treat, you ask? Why, none other than some home-baked cookies prepared by myself and my siblings from only the freshest ingredients harvested from the 12-wood and blessed by the guardians of the forest. That was a lie. I must admit, I'm surprised to see that you will be the one to deliver them, but there is none who I would sooner trust with the most important delivery. Go with the elemental's blessing that you might bring joy to the young ones of our fair city on this most wonderful of occasions. It's not on Funimation? Damn. The idea was pretty cool. Wish they had made more episodes. I feel ya. But God, it was a good example of literally only one handful of episodes, but it tells multiple intertwining stories with fleshed out characters. I feel like Dot Hack is a good one with that as well, although a lot of people don't like Dot Hack. Like, I'm a huge Dot Hack Legends fan, but a lot of people don't like Dot Hack Legends, some people like Dot Hack Sans, and some people like the, I feel like there's another one I can't remember, but they're all kind of in that same boat. Yeah, it's like multiple spread out seasons of different shows, and they kind of connect together, but not really. They're kind of like all in their own like little category of different little seasons that, again, kind of connect, but not really. They're like years apart, characters are different. It kind of has like that Sword Art Online. What was that other one that was kind of like that as well? No, I can't remember right now. Give me just a moment, though. I'm going to have to go blow my nose again. Sorry, but my allergies are just, like, flaring up tonight. It's been horrible. Give me just a moment. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I just gotta be able to breathe. Only seen the first anime of Dot Hack with the Critical Eye. It's actually not that great, but it's still good. I feel you. Yeah, no, I agree. A lot of them are tied to the games. Like, Dot Hack San was a decent one, but yeah, a lot of them were glued to their video games, like the old PS2 games. They have actually been remastered for the PlayStation 4, but still, yeah, it's still in the same boat of having to get your hands on them as well. But yeah, I feel you. I was always a huge Dot Hack fan, but I can understand that, you know, they do actually tie a lot of the lore to the games. So to get the full course explanation of it all, you kinda do have to play them, but they're still decently enjoyable without that. I actually did watch the anime before I ever played any of the games, which was pretty fun. But the games are very grindy as well, like very long, very grindy. So if you do actually ever jump down that rabbit hole, be prepared for like a 200 floor dungeon. Very grindy. Very grindy. There was another one though. What is it, Log Horizon? That falls in that category, that whole stuck in the... I think it's Log Horizon. I can't remember. I've never really watched a lot of Log Horizon though. I watched a little bit of it. I haven't watched it all though. Oh, if it isn't Tonberry, my dear son's boon companion. Oh, Godbert! Well-oiled rabbit, you can't tell me this isn't Godbert. I observe that your expression is a curious one. Clearly, you are a complete loss as to the identity of the very gentle rabbit who stands before you. Ah, but it is a fun hatching Todd this year, is it not? The colorful decorations about the town, the festive mood in the air, why, it is enough to make a rabbit such as I lift up his legs and put up his paws and dance. But I must not forget why I'm here to begin with. Behold, a veritable chicken coop's worth of ornamental eggs, each containing a gold hairpin fashioned with a delightful egg motif. What child would not rejoice to receive such a stylish and special gift, I ask? None that I know. See it, Godbert. We know it was Godbert. Hit us with it. Speaking of children, I wonder, whatever's my dear son up to these days? It has been so very long since he wrote. Yeah, we're expecting to hear from Hildy as well. It's been way too long, Yoshi. Way too long. Log Horizon's great. Yeah, I've been really meaning to get myself back to it. I thought that was the name of it, though. I've started it once before, and I've never finished it. I got a few episodes in, and then something always happens, and I can't just binge it the way I really like to watch a lot of anime. Is Overlord like that as well? That's another anime out there that's been recommended to me before that I've never actually seen a single episode of Overlord. I've wanted to, but I've never got around to doing it. But it always kind of like seemed like it was in that same kind of genre as well, but I don't know if it really is. It's more of a question, really. One anime based off a game that should never be watched because of how badly it handles the story and animation. Blaze Blue After Memory. I'm glad you said that. That's when I've also, I've wanted to play the games and I've also wanted to watch the anime, and I've never done either. I've always really curious about, games and shows when they kind of, do that, split kind of thing between the episodes of the show and the, you know, the chapters in a gameplay, sometimes they tie into a different episode and intertwine with each other. Sometimes they don't make any sense, and sometimes they're like Persona, how you can just play the game, then legitimately have an anime right after that you can just follow without having to play any of the gameplay and just get all of the essence of all the cutscenes, basically. But yeah, that is actually one I've been very curious about. Overlord is kind of like Log Horizon. I always thought it was, just by reading. You know, like I said, it's been recommended before, and like I'm just reading its description gave me that Log Horizon kind of feel, but I've never actually watched a single episode. How do you prefer you play the BlazBlue games or look up the story? Really? Yeah, I've never played the games or actually read any of the story or anything like that. I would like to hear from Hildy. That would be really nice if this was Hildy this time around. And it's not. Tonberry, when I heard that you would be playing a lead role in this year's Hatching Tide, I simply had to witness it myself. Why, what's this? You don't recognize me. Why, you are as dense as a certain man I once loved. But my true form concealed within this costume. It is no wonder that you're confused. It's not the first time I have used my powers to take on another form, though I feel somewhat, without my wings. Who could this be? Somebody with wings? But enough about me. We have gifts that must be delivered to the fledglings, do we not? Ah, but my beloved too cared very much for children. In choosing the gifts, I would prepare for the occasion. I gave much thought to what manner of present would do him proud. Who is this? I feel like I should know, but I don't. This one's a little bit more tough. That look in your eyes, yes. You have journeyed far and wide since failing the mad auspice Koryu. Those who have known suffering the realm over doubtless live freer today for your efforts. Do take care and promise that you will never abandon the fight. Abandon the fight? Koryu? Who is this? I should know. And my brain is leading me astray. No stop and pause back like Godbert. Need to read the Overlord novels. It's more like the game world is transported to another real world. Oh, well, that sounds interesting. I need to watch it sometime. It sounds interesting for sure. And I know they actually have more of like a mature appeal to the show too, from what I've seen as well. Which is also a really big thing to me as well. If they actually, I mean, it doesn't have to be so mature that, you know, it's like a... what's an example? I don't know. I can't think of one right now. I mean, but they actually have more of a mature setting, and sometimes it's just easier for me to actually get into a show. An Eastern Belle. Yeah, I don't know. I still don't know who it was. Wings. About Koryu. I don't know. There you are, my friend. I trust you had no trouble procuring the eggs. Blessed gilded eggs. Oily gilded eggs. So this is from the person, the blessings from the forest. The oily gilded eggs from Godbert. Oversized gilded eggs. Still don't actually know who that was. Tragically. And there we are. I believe I speak for G. Healy. And all the dreamers when I say that I cannot thank you enough. And with that, at long last, the grand procession can begin. If you're still willing to take part, pray join me and your fellow participants at the starting line of Old Gridania. Where the heck is that? Botanist Guild. Hello? Hello? I heard there's supposed to be somebody I'm supposed to meet here. Hello? Oh, it's a fate? Well, that's just not cool. Do fates even pop up right here? Will a fate pop up right here? I guess I'll find out. I don't know. Metroid needs an anime adaptation. But yeah, Metroid would be a pretty cool anime adaptation. I feel like there's a few that I could say the same for. So, yeah, do we just stand here? I'm very confused. Does it just magically appear? Jesus. Skittles is in there doing something. Do I talk to somebody? I don't know. I feel you, Steven. Hey, thank you so much for watching and sticking around and coming in, hanging out for the night. Talking about some anime recommendations. I need to check a few of them out. And hopefully you have a great night for real. And hopefully your Monday goes well also. I know a lot of people that have to be considered essential employees during all this craziness have to deal with a lot. And I definitely do hope that you have a great Monday tomorrow. The face should just pop? Ah, jeepers. I wonder how long that's gonna take. Oh man, oh, it did pop, there we go. Hello, person. Greetings, friend. Have you come to take part in the procession? Pray join us, that we might bring smiles to the faces of every boy and girl in Gridania. It's easy to do your part. Simply don the rabbit costume and start walking, and the rest will take care of itself. Trust me. Is there one of those people around here that gives you the suit? I don't have it anymore. And we're off. The suit! Do you have to wear the one you got from the event? Do I just get it if I join the fate? I do! Not. Okay, I don't have the suit still. Can I just join the walk? I don't have any of the pieces of the suit on. This is so frustrating. Oh, you can just give him stuff. Okay, that's easy. So you don't have to wear the suit. It doesn't seem like anyway. I still don't really know. I hope not. At this point anyway. I like this version of the event theme right now. It's really good. It's kind of like retro game, digital style. I feel like I'm the only person. Okay, there's like one or two other people here that don't have like any of the actual rabbit gear on either. It looks like it's still going accordingly. It's almost all. That was it. Awesome. So you don't actually have to wear the rabbit suit. Fun fact. Okay, so I guess the amphitheater's probably the best way to go there. That was fun though. Zombie, did you actually do that as well? I just now saw that back here where it says you were interacting with my character. Sorry about that. Welcome back, Tonberry. Thanks to you, I'm proud to announce that the procession was a resounding success. Why, I've never seen so many happy children before. Some seemed quite intimidated at first to see a veritable army of oversized rabbits, but they quickly changed their tune after receiving the gifts of extravagant eggs containing all manner of tasteful and toothsome treats. No doubt G. Healy is overjoyed with how everything turned out. He'll accompany me to deliver the goods, or the good tidings to our dreamer-in-chief, yes? Why not? Tonberry, Nanada, once again, hatching Todd has been a success beyond even my wildest dreams, and I have two of you to thank for it. Thank you, G. Healy, but we all know that none of this would have even been possible were it not for your prophetic visions of the remarkable passion by which you pursued making them a reality. You are far too kind, my friends. It is because of you that the parade was far and away the highlight of this year's festivities. Why, I was originally intending to stand aside and direct the procession, but everyone looked to be enjoying themselves so much, I simply had to take part myself. I, for one, will not begrudge you. And don't say that too loud. Some might be less than happy to hear that you abandoned your post. At any rate, I was more than clear from the beaming smiles on the faces of all the children in attendance that this year's Hatching Todd has been nothing less than a resounding success. Our patrons played a great part in this as well. Believe it or not, Tonberry, every last one of them, volunteered their services only after hearing that you would be a part of our festivities. Something that I might have told them before you actually volunteered, but let's not overburden ourselves with details, shall we? At any rate, there is no doubt that because of you, our fledgling festival is more beloved by the people of Eorzea than ever before. When I think of a time when the children here today tell their children of the fond memories of celebrating Hatching Tide, it fills my heart with no end of pride and joy. Happy to help. Dreaming of the future is all well and good, G. Healy, but I want to remind you that the festivities must still go on in the present. I dare say we both have a job to do. Oh, but right you are, Nanada. I must be getting back to my post and preparing for the next procession. If you have no other pressing matters to attend to, we would most appreciate if you could join us once more before the celebration is through. If not for us, then for the children. Is it literally another quest, or is that like just if you want to do the fate all over again? Oh, that is very curious. Also, it was no experience for this, only like a little bit of gil. New wares are now available from the Dreamers in exchange for bejeweled eggs. It was an achievement for it, that's cool. 10 bejeweled eggs. Okay, I am actually going to take a very quick restroom break, and we'll see how things are going to go from a little bit from here for the rest of the night. Give me just a moment, I'll be right back. Let's give it a little check ski. Is there actually something over here? Rabbit head, rabbit suit, dapper rabbit suit, stuffed rabbit, and hatching tide advertisement. It seems, is the dapper rabbit the new thing? It probably is. I'm just probably gonna throw these away. I don't really care about the rabbit suit. Don't hate on me. I know I just did the whole event, but there's nothing I really want there that we haven't got already. And worst case scenario, if somebody wants some of this stuff, I know I just deleted it. I can just do it again sometime. It's fun. So, Zombie and Rez, are you still actually watching and around? Do either of you want to do any other of the roulette stuff? I'm not gonna be doing as the gunbreaker, if anything. I'm just gonna be summoner stuff. I could probably go through at least one more thing as the summoner before I head out for the knot. And it's just for some tombstones. I actually would like to get a little bit more before I hit my... Like, I'm not going to be able to hit the weekly limit this week. Very close. I got 330 out of 450, so I'll get kind of close, but not that close. But yeah. I would have never even thought about it like that. I hear the song and I don't really think that much about it, but he's like, but yeah. But yeah, if you want to run something else, I'm totally game for it. I'm not real sure. Is Zombie still on right now? It does say that she's AFK at the moment. You'll go if Zombie doesn't want to. I'm not so sure if she's still on at the moment. It says she's currently AFK. But I don't know. We'll give it just a little bit. If we don't hear a response from Zombie, we'll just kind of proceed from there. That's really all I really know to do. Because I don't want to be up too late either. It's already like 4:50 a.m. in my area. And I'm going to have to get some rest pretty soon just in case I actually do have to work tomorrow. I don't really know. But I just really want to prepare for that if I do. Give her a minute. Yeah, I was going to. Before we just decided ultimately, but yeah, I really can't be on too much longer. Like I said, just in case I do have to work tomorrow. I don't think I'll have to this week, but I really don't know either. I've actually got to call my boss tomorrow to see the new updates of what they're going to be doing in regards to the COVID-19 thing. My state is technically under the Shelter-in-Place Act officially as of now, so I don't really know how that's gonna go. I do know third shift was actually working tonight. I drove by there on my way home, so I don't really know as far as that goes. So, I read back here Zombie wants to go, but it makes us a little limited. Oh, Riz, you don't want to go? I was gonna do the lady stuff, but we could try to do a dungeon or a raid instead. If you want to, instead, we can try to do the Eden's verse so all of us can go res. I mean, sorry. I've got just like congestion. But yeah, Riz, if you want to try to do like Eden verse instead, then we don't have to actually do the roulette. I was gonna do the roulette, but like, I don't want to like exclude anybody, and all four of us could actually do Eden verse stuff. If you want to do that, I'm not the best at it, but I didn't do it this. Yeah, I did do part of it this week already. One of them anyway, but not the rest apparently. But yeah, we can do Eden verse if you want. Then all of us can go. I just don't want to like exclude any of us. I mean, it's not that big of a difference. I mean, what is the roulette on these? 40 and like 15. The expert roulette, I mean, it'll be kind of boring anyway, because it's going to be nothing we haven't already done. So, I mean, we can do these. You know, in the end, I'll end up getting 40. And honestly, it wouldn't hurt for me to get a little extra practice in for him either. I don't know how long it'll take, so give or take on that one, but hopefully not too long. It's fun, Zombie. I don't really care. Like I said, I mean, I could use the extra practice, and it's going to take about the same amount of time either way. More than likely, with it being so late. I don't know if I'll get to do all four, though. It just depends on how long it actually takes. At least we're caught up on a lot of stuff here. I've got the base things I wanted to do and basically needed to do tonight out of the way. I'm so intimidated by this week, really. I don't know how things are going to go with Fallout 76 coming up this week. The next little patch-esque to Final Fantasy 14 here. I know how this weekend's going to go. This weekend's going to be 100% only, like starting as soon as it comes out, Friday, 12 a.m., I'm going to be here streaming as soon as possible, like Thursday. And my schedule is completely cleared. Literally, if I have to work even, you know, especially if I have to work even, like, if I have to work, like, right after work, immediately coming home, getting everything set up to stream, and Final Fantasy VII is going to go as soon as it comes out, then playing it as far as I can possibly make it to fatigue levels of the night, and then the next day, doing more of it after I have to wake up on Friday and go pay the bills and do a few adult things that I hate to do, but I gotta do. But, yeah, gonna go get those handled, and then come back and do more Final Fantasy VII Remake. And then, ooh, we're just waiting on a healer. And then that night, after I take a small break from that midday stream of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Going to be back again doing more Final Fantasy VII Remake. Then again on Saturday, going to be doing some more of it. Well, it'll be like Saturday night, honestly. And then Sunday, I'll be back on it, but Sunday, definitely not throughout the day. I've got so many plans with it being Easter and everything. Not any social plans, but some stuff that Stacy and I are trying to do with the kids and everything. So we'll just see, but I will be on Sunday night for sure. Your friend Glimmer, by the way, it's the best you can do. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's good. I like it with it being dark like that. I get it being the best you can do as well, because I know like the Donnie Darko Frank rabbit mask thing is like darker, so to speak, but this game's not that dark. It has some moments, you know, but like they're fairly, like, especially now with certain events, like things are so fluffy, and that is a good example of the fluffy. I like how it looks though. I think it looks good, you know, given what you have to work with. Zombie is the even more fluffy version of that. I feel you. It's like almost 5 a.m. in my area. It's 4:58 a.m. I've literally been staying up my whole life. Like, I've had insomnia since I was a kid. I really can't explain it either. Like, when I was younger in school, I would stay up till like 3 to 5 a.m. and wake up like an hour later and have to go to school and just be able to go through the whole day. I really can't explain it either. I've pretty much always been able to stay up super late. It's a gift and a curse, is the best way I know how to put it. Sometimes I just never get tired, is the worst part. More tame Frank. Yeah, I can see that. But yeah, I like, legitimately, I have like the worst insomnia in the world that I know of. I just legitimately do not get tired. Like, ever. I think last night I went to bed at like 6 a.m. Or this morning, or yesterday morning. I don't even know how you put it like that. It's just me. Awesome. I was worried it was going to take forever. We don't have to get all the way through these. We can just do like 1 or 2 tonight. You know, maybe this one and 1 more. It is going to be very late. I've already been streaming for a little bit longer than even what I thought I was going to. Been on for 2 hours and 32 minutes. Same. Yeah, Rez, like, I've always been like that. Like I said, I have no explanation for it either. Sometimes I just never get tired. The worst part about it is, honestly, is when I never get tired, and then it hits me like a brick, and it's like a blink, and then I wake up, it's like 6 hours later, and I accidentally fell asleep on the couch. Those are the times when it's the worst. That happens more often than I'm proud to say. Your sleep schedule is going to be messed up after all this. Oh, I can totally understand, and even somewhat relate. Mine's already been a little bit more messed up than it even used to be. It was already pretty messed up. It's definitely gotten worse since I've been out of work for a week. Doing pretty good so far. So far, you know, knock on wood and some everything. Ah! I didn't make it! I should have not even said anything. It was going well till I said something. I'm gonna wait till right after this. Uh-oh. There we go. Awesome. I don't know how I'm tanking right now. Okay, good deal. I had a small freak out moment. Oh, jeepers. I didn't make it out of that one. Just watching my cast times a little bit in my MP. Been doing a lot of juggling this far. I've actually done more resurrecting in this spot than what I'm normally used to, which has been kind of fun. Also very different. Oh, jeepers. I've got a little bit too much going on right now, unfortunately. Should be okay, hopefully. %. Good deal. That was different. It was fun though. At least it went well. Didn't get that for sure. I wish I could get that orchestration roll. That's a really nice theme going on in here. It's fun though. I feel like these tanks are both waiting on something. Thank you for the player accommodation. Always appreciate getting those. I was trying hard in there, I really did. I died a couple times, but I was on the resurrection call. I was getting everybody I could up at the time. Oh, what a weird place to be. You know what I like about this? It makes me feel like Alice in Wonderland. At the Mad Hatter's table, you know? With the rabbit. Or the hare. Isn't he considered a hare? I can't remember. I'm actually going to take the very last restaurant break of the night. This may be the last one we do tonight. Give me just a moment. I'm also going to grab a drink really quick, and I'll be right back. But yeah, it gets such a... It may be, you know, Zombie here and Rez over there, you know, these two. Maybe that is what giving me the Alice in Wonderland, but I don't know, just the grotto and everything around this area. It just gives me that Alice in Wonderland feel. You really like the table? No time to say hello, goodbye. Never seen the movie until you was an adult. The movie's messed up. Alice in Wonderland is pretty crazy. But also, like, has anybody ever, like, have you watched the newer Alice in Wonderland movies? They are a trip, to say the least. They were definitely on LSD when they made it. Yeah, I feel ya. And I could agree. Most Tim Burton films are pretty much like that. Also, Non, though. I gotta say, Non is one of my favorite Tim Burton films. To me, the animation was good, and it really goes... I don't know. There's just so many things I liked about Non that was just so different than his other films. I am a big Tim Burton film, though. The only one I don't really like is Sweeney Todd. I don't know what it is about Sweeney Todd. I've just never really been into it. I can't say anything negative about it, so it's nothing like that. It just, like I said, I don't know, just the theme of it, it's just, I don't know, it's never really been my genre, I guess you could say. I don't know how else to explain it. You'd think it would be. Like I said, I'm a huge Tim Burton fan. I like The Nightmare Before Christmas. I like Edward Scissorhands. I like pretty much every Tim Burton film that I know of. But when it comes to Sweeney Todd, I've just never been a fan. Tim Burton films are terrifying. I like most Tim Burton films, honestly. There's a few that aren't my favorite, but I like most of them. Like the Batman Tim Burton films, for instance. Love those films. The ones with I think Michael Keaton, and then there was Val Kilmer, even George Clooney. I actually don't know if the Michael Keaton one was Tim Burton. I just think it was. I do know the Val Kilmer and the George Clooney were Tim Burton. But I love those Batman films. Phenomenal Batman films from the 90s. All Tim Burton directed. And some of you that don't have Johnny Depp. The Tim Burton Batman films aren't my favorite. Honestly, the Dark Knight series, as a lot of people wouldn't agree, they didn't like Christopher Nolan's like aspect and outlook on Batman. But I'm a huge fan still, yeah. Even though they're not my favorite, I'm a huge fan of the Tim Burton Batman films. Just so much nostalgia there. Ah, jeepers. Horrible time to come on, I feel like. I am just in the midst of... Okay, I think I got the invulnerability for that one, hopefully. Oh man, barely made it. I feel like this went a lot smoother than Ramu. I mean, I know we're not done yet, but definitely feels like it went a lot smoother than Ramu. Good deal. So, zombie res. It's 5:22 a.m. in my area. I've been on for almost 3 hours. We don't have to do the next two if you don't want to. If you want to, we can. I'll leave it up to you two. I'm never gonna get this built. But yeah, if you want to, we will. If you don't want to, totally understandable. What did I get? Gauntlets? I don't even remember rolling on these things. Oh, I got the belt! Holy shit! That is unexpected. And again, yes, the Tim Burton Batman film, still so much nostalgia. And again, I don't know if Michael Keaton's film was actually in there, if either one of them were. I think they were, though. I think that both of the Michael Keaton films, the Batman movie with Jack Nicholson, and then the second one with Catwoman in it, and Danny DeVito as the Penguin, I think they were both also Tim Burton. I know the Val Kilmer was in the George Clooney, but I still don't know about the other two. I think they were, though. All 4 films, I think, were all Tim Burton directed. You can do Shiva? Cool. Oh, Shiva! You don't want to do the other one? Like, there's still 2 left. I think Shiva's actually the only one for the week that I can't do. Yeah, Shiva's the only one I can't do right now. I mean, I could, but I'm not gonna get like any reward for it this week as far as that goes. I mean, I'd like to do both of them if I did at least one more. But I mean, if you just want to do Shiva, that's fun as well, I guess, you know. Your favorite ones with Val Kilmer. That was a good film. The one with the Riddler and everything. I enjoyed it as well. You hate the other one? I feel you. It's not my favorite either. Guess you can do it? That's the spirit. Maybe it won't take long. Hopefully we're riding a wave of people that's just been doing it. And hopefully it won't take long. I mean, like, that went a lot better than Ramu with Ifrit and Garuda. So hopefully this one won't be so bad. And then on the next one, we can actually go a lot better. Man, Zombie's going crazy over here. These like Power Ranger moves? Poison Ivy is your favorite Batman villain. Oh man, a lot of people hate me for my favorite Batman villain because it's biased, and you can just instantly guess who it is. It's very biased. I can't help it, but I take that back. There's 2, and it's a tie. It's a hard tie between 2 of them. One of them is very biased, and one of them, kinda, not really, but still. You could definitely guess that one of them is very biased, and which one he varies to actually be. But then the other one, it's a hit and miss to the people that actually like him, because he's technically not a villain. Sometimes he's anti-hero, but or 3. Actually, there's 3 that hold that line, because one of them. I'll just go ahead and say it. One of them is the Joker. A lot of people hate the Joker because he's just Batman's counterpart. Joker technically doesn't even have a real identity. In the current universe of Batman, they have confirmed that there are 3 Jokers. All of 3 different identities, all within the universe that are, like, completely canon. I'm a huge Joker fan, though. He's literally just the opposite of Batman, you know, and it's just always been a big thing to me. He's Batman's counterpart. He's Batman's, like, he's literally the opposite of Batman, you know. He's one of the things I've loved the most. You hate the Joker. I feel you. A lot of people do, because, I mean, he doesn't really have a point. He literally only exists to make things rough for Batman in the end. I haven't seen the newer Joker film, and I guess they've had an overarching thing where he actually suffers from, like, some sort of, from what I've read, it's like he suffers from, like, some sort of, like, social instability that drives him a little bit forward. But basically the whole point of the Joker has been to just be the opposite of Batman, and I've always loved that. He's just like the opposite of Batman, and it always made, like, the darker essence of Batman. There was a theory in the story of Batman that the Joker doesn't exist. There's 2 that I've always loved. One of is Alfred, and he's just like Bruce Wayne's supposed to be, like, completely, these are all fan theories, by the way, just fan theories, both of these are, but, like, one of them, there's, like, Bruce Wayne is completely batshit insane and always has been since his parents were murdered. So Alfred, all these years, has been dressing up as the Joker, going out to make Bruce Wayne feel more sane, as he's fighting crime, but also has one villain that he can just never take down. But then there's also the other one, where there was like Batman just completely made up the Joker, and he is actually the Joker, and that's another reason why you can never take him down, because he is the Joker himself. Both of these huge fan theories, but the biggest thing that's always got me with the Joker is just the fact that, one, I loved it when they actually revealed that it's actually 3 different guys, at least, in all the years. So that was a cool thing for me. Also, I've always loved the fact that there's just no point to him. A lot of people don't like the fact that there's just like no point to a villain, but I think like it's just like always been the greatest part about the Joker's existence. There's no point to his villainy. He literally exists just to piss Batman off all the time because he doesn't agree with Batman just thinking that the world needs to be fixed. Kind of tired of the Joker at this point. A lot of people are, like I said, not just my favorite one though. Believe it or not, that's the biased one that I was talking about. It's super biased to love the Joker. It really is. I can't help but say that, but it's very true. As much as I love the Joker, very, very biased. He's probably the most loved villain out of all the Batman series. So I call it biased at a fault. It really is. My favorite two, other than the Joker, are Deathstroke and Azrael. And Deathstroke, if you don't know who he is, if you like Deadpool, Deathstroke is where it actually all started. Deadpool's Marvel Comics, but Deathstroke is DC Comics. You know, you got Wade Wilson in Marvel, Deadpool. Well, you've got Slade Wilson, Deathstroke, DC Comics, where it all started. He's most of the time considered anti-villain because he's a villain to Batman, he's a villain to Robin, he's a villain to Green Arrow, but he also has a lot of, like, if you follow his comic book series, he's more of an anti-hero than he is a villain. He has a point for everything he does. Slade Wilson is an amazing character just to follow. I love the Deathstroke series, and I probably always will. Like, I have, like, the original Deathstroke comics, I've got a few of his graphic novels, and then I've got, like, the new 51, or was it the new 52? I don't know. It's been a while since I bought any comics, to be honest with you. I haven't followed him in a few years, just being that as it may, but oh my god, I love Deathstroke, though. Deathstroke is an amazing villain. You like Deathstroke? Yes, Deathstroke is an amazing one. Batman lets Clown run Gotham. Deathstroke's cool because Deadpool is literally a parody of him. That's very true. You liked him in Arrow? Oh yeah, I think they did a very good job with Deathstroke in Arrow as well. And then my last one though is Azrael. And if you don't know Azrael, in the comic book series of Batman, when Bane actually broke Batman's back, he had Azrael actually step in. He was a police officer, and had him step in and be Batman for a little bit. The only thing that was at a fault with Azrael that immediately in turn made him a villain was the fact that it drove him so insane that Batman would just arrest these villains and then eventually break out of Arkham, like the Joker for instance, who would just always get out, always just keep doing his thing, always just keep making things even worse every single time he got out and had to be caught again, just continuously making things worse. So Azrael, in his own unconscious, like, psyche, so to speak, convinced himself that the only real way to save Gotham wasn't to lock the villains up anymore, but instead to kill them. Even Robin, at this point in the comic books, had a turning point where Azrael turned against Robin. Robin didn't agree with Azrael. Azrael was wanting to kill all these villains because he had to put a stop to the tyranny and the violence and the crimes in Gotham. So Robin took it upon himself to actually stop Azrael, and Azrael actually turned on Robin and started to attack him, and basically told him that he would just take him down as well if he didn't agree with the way that he thought things should have turned out, which immediately made Azrael a villain. And I've always liked that. Like, a lot of people don't know about Azrael in the Batman series. He was Batman at one point, but he was the Batman that eventually stopped using the Batarang and started to use a gun. Because, again, he felt like the only way to end a lot of the crime in Gotham was to eventually just kill the people that were causing the crime to happen, because a lot of them were just habitual, like, violators, basically, so to speak. Azrael was such a great villain. How come Supergirl's always catching fits with someone in the show? Or catching hands, I'm not actually sure. You actually really like a lot of the characters in the Batverse. Yeah, me too. It's one of the things that I've wished that they would have done, speaking of characters in the Batverse. I'm really kind of tired of them completely rebooting the Bruce Wayne series over and over and over and over again. I like Bruce Wayne as Batman. I'm always going to. I've always grown up knowing Bruce Wayne as Batman. But if you watch Batman Beyond in like you know, in the millennial era, it was Terrence as Batman, as Bruce Wayne was actually retired. You know, you had all the previous Robins either dead or becoming, you know, Nightwing and Red Robin and others, so to speak, out there. So things had changed, you know, and you had Terrence coming in, being Batman for a little bit after discovering Bruce Wayne's secret identity and everything else out there. And I've really been wanting them to do like a Batman Beyond like series in the films. As far as the industry goes, I don't know if we'll ever get one, but I've always really wished that they would, because I'm a huge Terrence fan as far as like Batman and Batman Beyond and the Batman series, the Batverse. But again, it's kind of like, you know, Azrael out there. A lot of people don't even know of Terrence. A lot of people didn't watch Batman Beyond. So, you know, it's a huge hope of mine. I don't know if it'll ever happen though, sadly. But Azrael, yeah, he's definitely up there. Deathstroke and literally Azrael are just like two of my favorite villains. Outside of the Joker, of course. I still like the Joker. I'm not gonna lie, but I'll even openly admit it's very biased to like the Joker. Everybody likes the Joker. Some people completely hate the Joker, like a few of you have already said, but like, I'm a huge Joker fan, but even outside of that, like I said, he's not my favorite villain. It's kind of like tied between the three of literally the Joker, Deathstroke, and Azrael. Azrael may actually undoubtedly even be my favorite, just because, or Deathstroke, you know, again. I'm a big Deadpool fan, but Deadpool would not even exist if it wasn't for Deathstroke. Literally, you know, even as Rez said it, like, Deadpool's legitimately a parody of Deathstroke. You got Slade Wilson and Wade Wilson. Deathstroke and Deadpool. The similarities are so uncanny, but if you look into it, that was legitimately the whole point of Deadpool. And, again, not to mention, like, Deathstroke, if you actually follow his story, it's pretty dark, but it's pretty good. And it's actually worth a good read if you ever get into comic books. Me and all of the healers died right there, which sucks. What up, Minato? How's it going, Minato? Glad you could get in here. How was the weekend? And how are you? I know it's super late, and I'm very glad to hear from you, Minato. Hopefully you're feeling better as well. I know you've been feeling a little under the weather, so hopefully you feel a lot better. Hard to say. Well, I'm glad you could come in, you know, even being tired. You know, I definitely understand as well. It is 5:38 a.m. in my area, so yeah, definitely understand. I'm glad you could pop in there at least, even if it was just to get in here to say hi. Definitely glad to hear from you, and again, I hope you're feeling better at least as well. Still sick? Oh, I hate to hear that. I'm glad it's not as bad, though. I hate to hear that you're still sick, but I'm glad that it's not as bad. I really hope you start feeling better soon. Definitely hope so. Going pretty well, not too much longer. Oh, no. Okay, there we go. Double shit. I thought I was aligned perfectly, and I was not. Not too much too much lift though. 28%. No. Double down. %. 11%. 87%. I can legitimately say our healers do not like to resurrect people. At least one of them has swift cast. Zombie, if you can, like, LB3. Just end this. Or the healer just LB3'd and whatever, you know, whatever works, I guess. We're gonna get it. This is it. Yeah, I don't. Okay. We did it at least, you know, whatever. Good job, everybody. Delete the font from the game. Shiva's all that's left. If you don't want to run it, either of you, it's fun. If you want to, I'm definitely down to just at least run Shiva in this for the knot. I'm definitely been on here a lot longer than what I thought I was gonna be, but it's okay at this point. One redeeming feature. Yeah, even I'll admit it's not my favorite. I still like the, I don't know, just the fact of running it, I don't know, it makes me feel a little more satisfied than I guess it should. Before we start Shiva, are you both wanting to do it? If not, it's cool. If so, let's get it. Might as well. I love that. That's how I feel about it also. Rez, you down for it also? I mean, it's kind of like how I feel about it as well. Good deal. Zombie just stunting on my face. Hopefully we keep riding the same wave, just like people running it. It's 100% going to be the last thing I do tonight. Didn't expect to actually do the raids. I was going to like hold them off. Tomorrow though, I guess we'll I guess tomorrow will actually be more like if I actually get to stream Final Fantasy 14 tomorrow. It's kind of a big if on that one. If I do, it'll be like a lot of it's going to be this story stuff with the Gunbreaker, then a little bit of the Shadowbringers. Start to the job quest, role quest. We'll do that. Some beach trap quest. It's a big if I get to tomorrow, though. I know tomorrow or not will be maintenance, and I don't know if I'll have to work or not, so there's just so many factors there. Did quite a bit today. Very true. Again, I did not expect to be on over 3 hours. My goal was to be on for about 2.5 hours. It's almost 6 a.m. in my area right now. 5:50 a.m. Never expected to be on so late tonight, but it's okay. You know, we got a lot finished, and you know, I may not even get to do this stuff tomorrow. So again, you know, big ifs on that one, and I don't really regret it. You know, I've had a lot of fun doing all this stuff. Definitely had a pretty fundamental, exponential, and fructuous knot to things. We got the raids out of the way. We did a lot of the roulette, got my Gunbreaker to 71, did some things for the beach drop quest, got at least 20,000 gold saucer points. I mean, it was a good knot. Oh, Choco here has had quite the weekend as well. Skittles as well. My goodness, Skittles is growing up so fast. She's so fat right now as well. My goodness, it is insane how fat she is. I don't know what happened with Skittles, but she's just gotten fat. It's like some parts of her have just like stopped growing, except for her stomach. Definitely turning into the female version of Garfield if there ever was one. Minus the lasagna. I think it would probably be smart if I went inside and tried to actually get some repairs really quick. I've died a few times, so I'm guessing I could use a few. So, Zombie, what's your favorite Batman? Rez said that his was Val Kilmer. Honestly, I hate to say it. I don't hate to say it. I love the Tim Burton films. I like Michael Keaton. I like Val Kilmer. I like George Clooney. They all did a magnificent Batman. My least favorite, hands down, is Ben Affleck. I didn't think Ben Affleck did a bad job, though. A lot of people just thought he did a bad job. To me, I don't think he did. He's not my favorite, but I don't think Ben Affleck did a bad Batman. Batfleck wasn't bad. My hands-down favorite is Christian Bale, though. I loved Christian Bale's Batman. Christopher Nolan at the helm of the films was just, I loved the Dark Knight series. I have all 3 films. I have Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and then the Dark, whatever the last one was. I can't remember. Was it Dark? Whatever. The one where Bane's there. I actually have the collector's edition trilogy version, where it came in like a holographic steelbook with a art book and all kinds of cool stuff in it. Love the Dark Knight series so much. I think I liked it the most just because like they had a more realistic appeal to it compared to a lot of the other Batman films. A lot of people didn't like it because it was more dark, wasn't very whimsical, and they had a whole different thing. One of the biggest things to me, though, was Fox being in it, and not just that. Like, he isn't the biggest Batman character. He's a hit and miss if he's in the series or not. But I'm a huge Morgan Freeman fan. If you put Morgan Freeman in a film, I'm biased. I love Morgan Freeman. He's one of my favorite actors. And it's not the whole reason I like The Dark Knight. It really isn't. I'm just slightly kidding. Not really, in a way, as well, though. I love Morgan Freeman. Very good actor. Gosh, there really isn't too many films that Morgan Freeman's in that I just I can't think of one I don't like, if that makes you feel any better. But the Christian Bale films were just like top tier for me. They were just so good. And, you know, again, Ben Affleck wasn't a bad Batman to me. He's just not my favorite. But yeah. Lasagna. Lasagna. Prefer animated Batman series. I can see that as well. The animated Batman series, like, there's actually a lot of good Batman stuff in the animated series. You know, like how they characterize Bruce Batman. I feel you. Lucy was kind of underwhelming. I feel you. Gosh, I don't know. My biggest thing was just like the realism that they brought to things. How it wasn't all superpowers in the Dark Knight stuff, which probably is the biggest thing about the whole like Ben Affleck Batman. I know they tried to like characteristic the whole Justice League kind of overarching series in there, and wanted to introduce the superpowers and the supes and all that stuff. To me, in the Batman series, when you start introducing that things, you start to get a darker sense of Batman that isn't my favorite, which is crazy to think, because, you know, like I said, Azrael is one of my favorite characters in the Batman series. He was Batman. He ends up, like, basically going dark, and eventually just decides that he wants to just kill the villains, because he feels like it is ultimately the only way to actually stop villainy in Gotham. And you know, it's a big part of the Batman series. But I don't know. The Ben Affleck Batman was just like like I said, he wasn't bad. I like Ben Affleck as Batman, but I don't like Ben Affleck as Batman. That's the best way I know how to put it. Not my favorite. I think he did okay though. You wanna Under the Red Hood? Have to be told in 2 stories. I feel you. Morgan Freeman's great in it. Yeah, Morgan Freeman's always great. Or Court of the Owls movie. Court of the Owls would be intense. Seeing Joker's face get ripped off. Red Hood would be a hard one to do. It'd be just so much controversy around it that kids would want to watch it and get really dark. It'd be like, I can't remember the name of it. Let's see. I don't know if this will actually stretch. I'm going to try to stretch it. I think it's The Killing Joke. I've got it on DVD over here. I'm pretty sure it's The Killing Joke. I'm just kind of tired and can't really think of it right now. But to me, it's one of the best animated Batman films that is to date. Again, I'm trying to stretch this. I don't know if it'll stretch all the way over here. Oh, it fits. Okay, good. Let's see if I can... Yes, The Killing Joke. Again, I have it on DVD over here. It's a dark one. It's a real dark one. A lot of people don't like it because it's so dark. It gets pretty fucked up. But The Killing Joke is a really, not only, like I've got the comic books in there. I've got the animated, or not animated, but the graphic novel. And I've got the DVD over there. As far as the animated Batman series, The Killing Joke, oh man, it would make such a good live action film, but at the exact same time, it'd be like one of the most fucked up ever live action Batman films to date to ever actually be a thing. Like, you know, so many people would want to bring their kids to go see it. You know, some kids, they hear Batman, they're like, oh, Mom, Dad, you know, we gotta go see it. Batman, they're like, yeah, you know, it's Batman. You take your kid to see Killing Joke, you're all gonna leave with a different mindset. Killing Joke is good. Oh yeah, I love The Killing Joke, but very messed up story. You didn't like Anne Hathaway as Catwoman? I agree. I didn't like her that. I'm not a big Anne Hathaway fan though either, so I'm biased on that one. Or Anne Hathaway. I said Hathaway because I was thinking of Catwoman. I'm very tired, sorry. But Anne Hathaway, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of her filmography series, just to be honest with you, you know. But I feel it. She wasn't the best Catwoman either, but I really liked Bane as well. Tom Hardy. Is it Tom Hardy? I think it is Tom Hardy, yeah? I'm looking it up. Yeah, Tom Hardy. He's a really good actor to me. If you've watched Venom, it's great. If you haven't, watch it. Tom Hardy, though, he does so many other... He's in Lawless. He's in, like, so many really great films. So, like, I'm very tired. I can't think of a lot right now, but he is very great. Be no darker than the Nolan films. I guess, in a way, you're right, though. I mean, especially if you've got, like, The Dark Knight there. The Joker made those films very dark. And, you know, he's the essence of all things, basically, in there. I mean, they could probably do The Killing Joke and just, like, tone it down a tad bit, maybe. But, yeah, I really like Tom Hardy as Bane. Also liked him as, Eddie Brock and, playing Venom. Venom is just such a good film. I can't wait till the sequel. You love Venom? Yeah, I don't know why anybody wouldn't like Venom either. I thought the film was just fantastic. I think a lot of the fact that any, like, comic book fan that wouldn't like Venom would just be the fact that it didn't really tie into Spider-Man really at all. It's just like in the Spider-Man universe that Spider-Man isn't probably going to even exist in, because now that Disney owns Spider-Man and Sony owns Venom, I think that's a big thing, but, yeah, Tom Hardy as Venom. I'm really glad that we're getting a sequel as well. And to know that, Woody Harrelson is going to be Carnage is just going to be incredibly interesting as well. I mean, Woody Harrelson's a fantastic actor. Tom Hardy's a fantastic actor. It's going to be a phenomenal film. It really will be. Venom 2, I cannot wait for that. I also read that it's going to be rated R, which is going to be even more interesting. I could see that in a way. The Nolan films are PG-13. If they ever did live-action Killing Joke, I hate to say it, just because there's so many things that happen as far as, like, adult-esque things, especially with Barbara, it would get a straight rated R, like, film rating. Like, there's no way they could not do it. You don't send, like, grown-ass, cop detective man through an amusement park flashing features of his daughter doing things, you know. Most of them were just, like, explicit pictures, but nonetheless, I mean, it'd be pretty messed up. But they could clean it up, though. I mean, and it could work in some ways. Think the darkness is your ally, but you merely adopted the darkness. I was born in it, molded by it, and yes, yeah. Bane! Love DC villains. Marvel has better heroes. I'm hit and miss with Marvel. I do like Marvel, don't get me wrong, but Marvel tends to do like, DC hits some dark places, and Marvel, I feel like they always restrict themselves from going too dark. Not always, you know, you got Deadpool, and I'm a huge Deadpool fan, even though he's a parody of Deathstroke, and I'm a huge Deathstroke fan. But Deadpool, like, I mean, there's straight up a comic book series where Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, and he even, like, it ends with him going to the writers of the comic book series and killing them as well. Like him a lot more in the comics. I'm hit and miss with Bane, with a lot of that stuff. Bane's okay. I like, how do I put it? I like villainy Bane. I don't like luchador Bane, which tends to be a hit and miss in what he is in the comic books. Which was the biggest thing. I did not like Bane in the Tim Burton films at all. You would stoke. I don't think I'll ever be a fan of the Tim Burton Bane back in the day. Like, he was so bad, a lot of people don't even realize that he was even in there, you know? He gets covered up by Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy. I did like Christopher Nolan's Bane, though, and I am a big fan of Bane in the comic book series, though. After all, I love it Again, you know, after Batman gets his back broke, and then you have Azrael coming in to like fill his position. I'm a huge fan of that little role in the series, but yeah, hit and miss with some of it as well, though.
Resplendent ice, grant me strength. Shatter. Shall freeze.
Oh, jeepers. Shit.
Shatter.
At least the TPS is at 53%. There we go.
The light shall usher in peace. Such impudence!
That did not make it.
Tranquility must be restored to the land.
Oh, too far. That's it. Shit. Oh man, we might die. That's a lot. That's a lot. Did we die? We didn't die. That's good. I was a little afraid we were about to, though. That was a lot.
Speak up!
This is a lot of read for comic book movies is more acceptable. Have I seen Birds of Prey? I have not. The Harley Quinn film? I haven't seen it at all. I'm a little biased on it though. I don't really. I'll be honest with you. It's mainly because of Margaret Robbie. I don't really know if I trust her intuition on the filmography of Harley Quinn, or the comic canality of Harley Quinn, which it's horrible to say, I guess, to say the least. I know she has played Harley Quinn as far as a comic book character and film character, and maybe it's a good film, but I don't know. I should probably give it a watch. You know, I actually was one of random few people who did actually enjoy watching Suicide Squad. Not a lot of people like Suicide Squad. I actually did, if I'm being honest with you. I did get a little annoyed with Will Smith. I'm a huge Will Smith fan. His Deadshot characteristics were very off and not that great, in my opinion. I just feel like he went classic Will Smith. Like, very good actor, love Will Smith, always will. I feel like as far as his Suicide Squad role though was, I feel like he tried to steal he's tried to steal the thunder. You know, there's a little lightning strike, and you know, everybody was taking their part in the roles, and I kind of feel like Will Smith, and it may not even been Will Smith, it may have been a lot of the writing, which is completely understandable as well. He's probably the most recognizable face in the whole film. But oh man, I hate that they tried to have like Deadshot steal the role, you know? I still enjoyed the film, like I said, but I just feel like they did a huge Deadshot's kind of the main character in all this undertone to the whole story. And I don't really know, but I guess Birds of Prey is like the sequel to it. That's what I immediately just kind of thought without looking too much into it, but yeah, I actually haven't seen Birds of Prey though.
Such power, I can't.
I'm hit and miss with Daredevil though, when it comes to certain things. Like Ben Affleck as Daredevil back in the day, I liked it when I was a kid. As an adult, I'm not into it at all. Like, I can't finish it. And I really didn't like the Netflix Daredevil series, if I'm being honest with you. My favorite Daredevil, as far as the comic books though, isn't even the Daredevil comic books. It's Daredevil in the Spider-Man comic books, where he's Peter Parker's, like, lawyer. That's my favorite version of Daredevil, which you don't see a lot in the films at all. Actually, at all in the films. But if I had to look at like Daredevil, he's definitely my favorite in the Spider-Man series, rather than his own. Not a huge Harley fan, I feel you. It was much better than Suicide Squad. Well, that's cool. I'll try to give it a watch sometime.
Not on my future. Our future.
I had a chance to watch it a while back, but instead I watched Sonic the Hedgehog. And I really love the Sonic the Hedgehog film. I don't regret it. Sonic the Hedgehog, when it comes out on DVD or streaming or whatever it does first, I gotta recommend it. The Sonic the Hedgehog film was fucking great. It was phenomenal. I already want to rewatch it. It was so good. Like, if you just grew up watching Sonic the Hedgehog, it appeals to you in so many ways. Not just as a fan service, just like, I don't know. I mean, it's just that good, to be honest with you. I guess as a fan service, it's like the best way to put it. Oh, Jesus. Daredevil and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the same universe. I could see that. Honestly, it's weird to say. I know the Ninja Turtles actually have a Marvel title to them as far as the comic book series go. But not just that, it's weird, but the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have a weird crossover with a bunch of different things. technically the 90s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were in the same canality universe as the Power Rangers as well. I don't know if anybody ever seen that crossover back in the day, but it was one that actually lasted as far as the years went down, which is crazy. But yeah, I know that the Ninja Turtles are actually in the same canality universe as a lot of Marvel characters. Another fun fact with one, they did it a while back. It was the He-Man Thundercats crossover universe, which was insanely cool. I actually have both of the, or two of the comic books. I don't know if they actually continued it further than that, but yeah, I've got like two of those comic books where they did a He-Man Thundercats crossover, which was pretty insane but cool at the same time. But be that as it may, it's very late. I'm very tired. It is after 6 a.m. in my area. It's, what is it, 6:16 a.m. I've been streaming for almost 4 hours, 3 hours and 48 minutes. Almost 3 hours and 50 minutes, close to 4 hours. I'm tired, and it is time for me to get some rest. I'm definitely not even hungry still. I ate a lot before the stream tonight, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles also have a crossover with Batman. That's very true. Also, yeah, Ninja Turtles have very wide crossovers. Power Rangers, Batman, DC, Marvel, a lot of them actually, which is pretty insane. Speaking of Power Rangers, you watched the newest show? It was terrible. I can only imagine. Hey, actually, you know, speaking of Power Rangers, the last live-action movie they actually had, I loved. I don't know how the reviews have held up. I haven't looked into it because I don't often. If I like a good film, I don't always look up reviews just because I don't want to be disappointed with how people felt. The last live-action like Power Rangers film, oh my god, I loved it. If you grew up with watching like nostalgic Power Rangers, I definitely recommend it. It might not be your bag in the end, but I loved it. I thought it was tremendous. But I haven't watched any of the shows in a long time, so there's that. I do know my girlfriend's kids actually like the newest version of it all. But, cool fact to it all, I got them both to watch the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie back in the day from the 90s, and they both loved that. It just made me so proud, you know? And that is pretty cool. So the story goes that the chemical spill that took Daredevil's eye spilled into the sewer and mutated the turtles. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that they had a canality story there, like kind of like worked against and with each other at the exact same time. That's pretty cool. They're rebooting the Power Rangers movie? Really? You didn't like the last movie? There was almost no action. I actually liked it a lot. I don't know what it was that I liked about it. I think it was just like I think it was just like the real-time effects of everything that we actually have now. It's crazy that they're rebooting it again, though. I feel like it'll actually hurt a lot of like viewer opinions on it, unfortunately. But the cast, I don't know. I really liked it, but at the same time, I like everything but the end. Is the best way to put it. The film itself was great. I feel like it could have been divided into two parts, but instead they made it one long film that wasn't that long, and then they rushed the ending of it. I will say that. But the special effects were phenomenal. The crew, the cast was great. I feel like they all did a really good job. I like how they worked everything out as well. So that's why I liked it. But I could still see why a lot of people wouldn't like it, though. You know, the ending, I will 100% admit, when it came to like the Zords and then the Megazord and the last few battle scenes, is super rushed. I can say that without a doubt, but I did enjoy it still. You know, giving that, you know, like again, I got like my girlfriend's kid to watch the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and then, you know, watching that and comparing it to like the last one. It's just not as corny, I guess you could say. I don't know. I still enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good, but I could see why anybody that was a classic Power Rangers fan wouldn't like it, though. Like the cast, the Asian guy in the movie died in real life, though. Holy shit, I did not know that. That's very sad and also unfortunate. But sadly. I hate to, but I gotta call it. It's almost 6. It is exactly actually 6:20 a.m. right now in my area. I'm very tired. I'm not hungry, which is odd to say. Usually I'm very hungry when I get off here, but I'm very tired, and I might actually have to work tomorrow. I still don't know about that, but I do need to call it here. Unfortunately, I did have a lot of fun though. Zombie and Rez, thank you so much for coming in here and helping out with the roulette, the raid. Sticking around, you know, carrying a lot of cool conversation, and everybody that got in over on Twitch and YouTube, definitely thank you so much. Everybody that was watching that didn't even get on the chat, I definitely appreciate that as well. It's been a lot of fun, but again, I'm very tired, and I've just gotta call it a night here. Hopefully you can catch me. Hopefully I can be on here tomorrow. If not, I will be back on here on Tuesday doing part of the new content, and maybe even some Fallout 76. We'll actually see how it goes this week. I will be doing both Final Fantasy 14 and Fallout 76. If you can't catch me until Thursday night or Friday morning, kind of technically, it's fun. I won't be doing either one of these. I won't be doing Fallout 76 or Final Fantasy 14. I'll be actually doing Final Fantasy 7 Remake. I actually almost fucked that up saying that. So yeah, Final Fantasy 7 Remake will be this weekend. Going to be doing that pretty much primarily all weekend long. And hopefully you can catch that to everybody, any, you know, that might be curious about that. And good night to you as well, Rez. And if you didn't catch it, I actually did a tasting with Tumbles this weekend, and also actually released a new vlog this weekend as well that you can go to the channel and check out over on YouTube, both in a playlist, one in Tasting with Tumbles and one with the vlogs playlist over on YouTube. Definitely worth checking out. It's always a lot of fun doing those videos, and hopefully if tomorrow works out, I'll be back on here. If not, you can catch me on Tuesday technically, hopefully doing Fallout 76 and Final Fantasy 14, but we'll see how things do work out with that. And again, thank you Zombie and Rez for joining in and helping me out tonight with the roulette and the raid and everything there. And thank you also everybody that supports the channel on YouTube, from the subscribers to members, and on Twitch to the followers and subscribers, and everybody on Patreon as well, who definitely has helped out in the past and present. I definitely appreciate every single one of you. And if you're curious about streaming and want to expand your streaming community, not only on one platform but to another, be sure to check out the description below down there, and you can find a link to Restream, where you can do a lot more with a lot more platforms to stream to. And thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I appreciate every single one of you that was watching, and hopefully you can catch me in the next time I'm on. Would love that. And until then, I'm out of here. Thank you so much for watching, and again for all of your support, everybody. Take it easy, have fun, and I'm out of here. Good night, everybody. See you, Space Cowboy. I'm out of here.